Preston Campbell here. Just wanted to catch up and let you all know that the Indigenous All Stars team is now live and up for voting. So go on to NRL.com and vote for your deadliest football player.
Wayne, you like the concept of how hard will it be getting players out of England?
Yeah, look, I do like the concept, and we all spoke about it, so certainly wasn't my idea, but it's a good idea. We're not going to take players out of England. They're all in the NRL somewhere, okay? So they'll be NRL players. So that's how it'll work. But we've had a bit of a look at it, and we can make it all work. Yeah, and it'll be a quality football team.
Do you feel like this is something that the game needed, Wayne?
Well, I think we just need a bit of innovation, and it has been that since day one. We've had a few rule changes. We've played, but it's a bit hard for the players to get the rule change around their heads because it's just one game. You don't have a lot of practice time, so that really hasn't made a bit of a difference. But I think this is good, and I think it gives them something to play for other than just playing against the Indigenous All Stars as well, because they'll be teammates from different, and they'll want to impress each other as well, coming together. So whether you're an Englishman or a New Zealander, whatever.
Wayne, you've been obviously a big supporter of this fixture. How glad are you that the league sort of really throwing this ball behind it and making sure it continues to play its part?
Yeah, well, I was elated last year quickly after the game, because the speculation starts to mount what's going to be off on type thing, and they come straight in, no hesitation, just said it was going to be on. Look, you look at lots of ways, but the end result here, it's about giving back, and that's what we're doing, and the game's doing that, and I'm doing it as a coach, players do it as players, and all these guys, as I've said before, they're our mates. We play with them. We've been, they've been wonderful players in our game. There's no greater player than Jonathan Thurston right now, and everybody admires him greatly. So I'm proud of the fact that the game wants to give something back, and I'm proud that the players have no problems. I've never had a problem with a player wanting to play in the game. I have a few problems with club officials, but not with players, because we all feel the same. It is about giving back, and as Preston said, it means so much to them and to the Indigenous Australians, and we can't measure that, except we know that what we do is right, and that's why we should continue to do it for as long as we possibly can.
Wayne, how much would you like Sam Burgess in your World All Stars team?
Yeah, he'd be good. He played actually the first year he came out to Australia. I picked him before he played a game of rugby league. He loved the week. I remember him coming to me after and thanking me, and I think it also helped him and helped the players in that team get to know him without and accepted seeing him as a great player and a good bloke. And I think that was a big stepping stone for him as he started his NRL career. So if he's available, you can put him down.
Wayne, is anyone else this year that caught your eye? There's a couple of Fijian wingers that go okay that might make All Stars.
Yeah, there is. Well, I want to make an exciting team. I mean, we try to play an exciting brand of football. Again, it's not life and death to us. We do want to entertain, so we'll be looking at those types of players that can provide that. And a little bit more flexibility there. We can take two out of one club if we have to, which in the past we've always taken one. But certainly every club will be represented. That's an important part of what we're doing here as well. So.
Yeah. Balance is right with 4 Aussies, Kiwis, and Englishmen. We get more I guess.
Well, I think it's right. Yeah, I think that's fair numbers. They all see themselves as equal, Australia, England and New Zealand in terms of the test format. So the other nations are really developing great, and I think it's been wonderful what we're doing there from an international point of view with the game. So there's 6 of those that I can pick. I think that's a pretty fair number.
Preston, there's a lot of talk last year about the future of the game because ticket sales were slow. Are you hoping this breathes a bit of life and really kickstarts the game?
Yeah, I hope so. Although there was a little bit of a slow start to ticket sales last year. I mean, we've got a good crowd down the Gold Coast, so it just shows how important it is to a lot of people in the rugby league community, not just the Indigenous community. So I think with this launching this, it'll just bring a breath of fresh air, really. And we speak a lot about changes, and changes, is always good.
Preston, would you like to see the World All Stars, the Indigenous All Stars guys spend time together during the week?
Yeah, they do. They do a little bit. The way that sort of it works during the week, they usually have 2 from each team to go out and do something in the community together. More around culture. I mean, we're talking Indigenous culture, but there's so many different cultures in rugby league now. A very multicultural game. So it needs to be shared around. And I know there's a lot of guys out there with cultures, very similar to the Indigenous one. but we were also very, very proud of it. And we're hoping, well, I'm hoping that they'll show that pride, not just during the game, but during the week as well.
Todd, I think this is the second year of a 2-year deal. The game being Queensland, can you shed any light on the future past that?
I can't beyond this year, other than there's a lot of interested parties who want the game. There's a lot of economic impact it will bring to Queensland, clearly. So there'll be other people who'll be looking to talk to us, but we've made a strong commitment to being here in Queensland, and clearly the sporting public love the event, so we're hoping they'll embrace it. So absolutely.
Todd, any rules you might experiment with next year, or a bit too early?
I don't think so. I think we've in the premiership for the premiership in Telstra Premiership next year, we've made some significant changes, 3 big changes, but we're not going to look to change any small modifications for the All Stars game itself. I think the team selection will bring enough of innovation to next year rather than confuse the players any more than we have to.
Todd, the NRL's top jobs up for grabs. Are you keen to put your hand up?
Now, I was surprised I'd get that question today, so the way I respond is pretty simple. The Commission are yet to formalise a position description, and once they do that, then clearly I'll have a look at it. Other than that, though, I'm not particularly keen to make too many comments on it.
Speaking of jobs available, Wayne, have you had any more from the Kangaroos post? What's the situation?
I'm like Todd.
Where do you think that you could take the Aussie team though, Wayne? Do you have a chance?
Yeah, look, I don't really want to talk about that today because I know it happens. Headlines tomorrow will be about something I've said about that. So it's about Indigenous World All Stars today, and just want to leave it there. Thanks.
Wayne, can you find a place for your Samoan 5'8" in World All Stars?
Well, he can play fullback too, can't he? That's a good thought. I'll think about it.
You only get 2.
Yeah, that's all right.
How do you try and get the mix right of, I guess, having senior players, I guess, earn the right to represent, and also introduce some young players to the concept as well?
Yeah, it's something like that. I remember last year I brought a young player in. I just thought it'd be great for him. Look, it's a really good environment to come into. Good blokes. They all want to be there, as I said, and I've had a number of them over a number of years in the team. Cameron Smith missed last year. I think it was the first time he'd missed since it'd been going. So just using him as an example. So yeah, and I like to think there's young guys out there, and maybe Anthony's one of those that just gives them a bit more confidence about themselves, being in such good company as. And with 3 Test captains there, that's pretty important. So there's a lot of experience what those 3 will bring. Simon Mannering, and who's not in the tour at the moment, but he is the New Zealand captain, so he'll be one of those guys. Yeah.
Wayne, what are your thoughts on the game being played outside of Queensland and it's never been played outside of the
Yeah, look, it's a great product. As Todd said, I've got no doubt other people are queuing up, or other states are queuing up, or other cities are queuing up, because it's a great concept. It's just not a one-day concept. It's a 7-day one, particularly for the Indigenous people, and we forget about that. And so it's very marketable. So I'm just pleased it's in Queensland, and I'm happy for it to stay here. But I'm sure it, I've spent 3 years in Newcastle. There's a big Indigenous population in Newcastle. They'd embrace it enormously. Just using that as one little example.
Todd, are you able to clarify if the NRL's so-called war chest, I guess, is able to be used to bring a player like Sam Burgess back, or is it only able to be used to retain key players in the comp?
Well, it can be, but it won't be.
Okay. Is that for any particular reason? Don't want to pay the release clause?
No, it's got nothing to do with that. I just don't think that that's what it's designed for. I think when it was announced, the CEO said at the time it might be something that might be once a decade, and this is not the sort of example that it would be used for.
The problem is we don't have a CEO to make a decision.